Well, when we talk about methods of fall protection, as I brought out earlier, we would try to engineer the hazard out. Utilize options such as passive fall protection first. When I refer to passive fall protection, we're referring to fall protection that will be in place, that although the employees will need to be trained on the importance of the hazard is corrected without them utilizing any type of specialized personal protective equipment. This would ideally be the first option to correct the hazard, as it will completely eliminate that hazard for all individuals who will be in that area. Some options for passive fall protection that can be utilized could include guardrails. So if we look at our example here of the picture, we have a guardrail that is pre-engineered, a pre-manufactured temporary guardrail. So this one would, if appropriately set up, appropriately designed, would act as an effective option. One thing you don't see in this guardrail, though, is the requirement of a toe board. Toe boards will be required if there is a routine need for employees to work below the guardrail. The general requirement is 6 feet or more below the guardrail. The importance of that toe board is it'll prevent falling objects or objects from falling off the side there and having an impact or striking hazard, which can be a fatality. So evaluate. Do our employees meet the trigger height? Can we utilize guardrails? Keep in mind, the guardrail height is not the only thing that an employer should evaluate. You also want to make sure the guardrail will be strong enough to offer effective protection. And this is a little more tricky one, but I'll ask it. Does anyone know how strong the guardrail should be?
Is it 250 pounds or 500 pounds for impact?
That's a very good answer. That does follow 200 pounds of force for impact does follow the Fed OSHA guidelines. But in California, for our general industry guardrails, the trigger or the strength requirement is 20 pounds of force per linear foot applied outward or downward from any area of the guardrail. So what does all that mean? It's not that it can support 20 pounds. It can support the force of 20 pounds being moved 1 linear foot. How can we evaluate for that? What can an employer do? Well, they need to qualify the guardrails that they're utilizing. We can't just simply state that this type of guardrail or this type of structure will support that weight. We need to guarantee or qualify that it will be strong enough to support that weight. So it may require a further evaluation by the employer or even the utilization of an appropriately qualified person to assure that guardrail will be strong enough to support that those workers.